Do you buy vinyl?
Hi, I'm Ashley Monroe, and I'm at Amoeba Music, and this is what's in my bag.
I'm on a mission, I take what's given, it's rightfully mine.
Yes, Van Morrison Moondance. It's just one of the most classic records ever. Beautiful songwriting. And my husband knows anytime this is on, I get really lovey-dovey.
She gave me love, 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 love.
And it feels like, don't it feel like? I love that part.
Yeah, it seems like. Yeah, it feels like.
John Henley, End of Innocence. I've always loved his voice ever since I was a really little girl. When I was like 3, I remember my dad would play the Eagles tape.
Don't you draw the queen of diamonds, boy. She'll beat you if she's able.
I would tell them like, oh, I have a feeling, like I have a lonely feeling, I would say. It's like I always just related to his voice. As I've gotten older and the business kind of becomes one big family, he's actually really supported me and been really kind to me, and I got to sing on his record.
The rain came and scattered away.
But this record, I love his solo stuff. I love New York Minute. I think it's one of the best written songs.
In a New York minute, ooh, everything can change.
Okay, Fred Eaglesmith. He's just always been one of my very favorite songwriters. And Twin City Mini on this record is one of my all-time favorite songs.
Twin City Mini,
He's just so descriptive with his, with like painting an image and a feeling. He's got kind of a growly voice, so you really listen to what he's saying. But he's got some interesting rhythms, and he's honestly one of my favorite songwriters, Fred Eaglesmith.
The sun is setting across the field. Colors too true to be real. I can still hear your voice saying my name.
Guy Clark is one of my absolute songwriting heroes, and I was privileged enough to be able to write with him. Jed Hughes and me and Guy were writing, and Guy had like a workshop downstairs where he built guitars and smoked pot and cigarettes. We were down there, and I said, I've got this title, One Way Ticket Down, and we started writing it, and it's just talking about just going down, and Guy laughed. He said, we should nickname it Rehab. So listen to it with that angle.
Train pulled out yesterday in the afternoon. I never got a chance to say goodbye to the moon.
Beck, because I love this record so much. I used to have this record, it was the Game Boy variation. I didn't see it out there, but I listened to it so much that I kind of thought like, I might be driving people around me nuts with these Game Boy noises all day. But I love Beck, I think he's a genius.
Now I'm gonna steal a ride. Nothing that I wouldn't try.
Luck of the Draw, Bonnie Raitt. My parents had this tape when I was little, and they had it on all the time. And I just love the richness of Bonnie Raitt. Everything, her playing, her singing. And this record is just amazing. It's one of my favorites of hers. Levon Helm, Dirt Farmer. I love the band, all of their stuff, but Levon's just so special. I mean, his voice and his songwriting and his spirit is just magic. So I think it was really captured on this record. Put this on when I don't know what else to listen to. Like, I always have to have music going. And when I'm like, I just don't know what mood I'm in, I put this record on.
But we want the shadow of mine. She saw the rat and they claim.
Vince Gill, When Love Finds You, one of the best voices, I think, in any genre ever is Vince Gill. I was lucky enough to get him to produce 2 of my records, and I've written songs with him.
Daddy died drunk, left us all in alert. Hell, I did what I did to get by.
This has Whenever You Come Around, which is such a classic, stunning love song. Oh, and Go Rest High on That Mountain. Oh, my grandfather, who lives in East Tennessee, my poppy, he's like, Ash, I want you to sing at my graveside. I want you to sing Go Rest High on That Mountain. And I said, Poppy, no, I won't make it through it.
Son, you work on earth is done.
This is Patty Loveless. I just think her voice is just a wall of sound, you know, and it has so much emotion behind it. And I love her. I think she's an amazing human being.
I wouldn't wanna lay beside someone I can trust.
There's a lot of songs on this record that I love, but one of them is Nothing But the Wheel, Holding On to Nothing But the Wheel. And it's maybe one of my favorite country songs ever. Check it out. It's really sad, so don't check it out if you're in a happy mood.
And the only thing I know for sure is if you don't want me anymore.
I love Elvis so much that I have his name tattooed on my hip, and I have Love Me Tender tattooed on my back, and I do feel like he will be my boyfriend when I get to heaven. I just picked up this record because I just watched The Searcher, and I love the soundtrack.
Deep in my heart, there's a trembling question.
I love the soundtrack. I was playing the soundtrack for days, just the songs that they have on there that I've really never heard or haven't heard in a long time. And he's just so dreamy and magical.
It was a fool's heart you took, and I fell 'cause you look like a baby.
Thanks for having me. It's awesome. That's all I have, guys.
Oh, my baby,